Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to try the Jelly Roll Race quilt. So if you want to see how to make a quilt like this, please stay tuned. The first step for working on a Jelly Roll Race quilt is you're going to join a whole bunch of strips together. I have a stack of various 2.5-inch strips that I've cut from my own fabric stash. And this quilt was going to be the backing for my other quilt, so that some of these fabrics are leftovers from that other quilt. So the first thing that I'm going to do to join the strips is to do 45-degree angle, a diagonal seam on each one. So this is the piece before it. You can see it right there. So I'm going to just place these right sides together, and it kind of makes an X there. And then I'm going to just run it through the machine, and I'm just going to try to line up those little points. So the first point is there, and I'm going to kind of just steer it so that this point goes right up under the needle. And then I'll do the same thing. I'm going to place the previous fabric face up. Next strip goes face down in a diagonal to make a diagonal seam. And so the main thing that you need to remember is this is the end. The right side is going to be the side that's cut off. So all of your extra fabric is going to be on the right side. And so again, lift the foot a little bit. Okay. You can see I'm just sewing straight down, kind of steering it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because you'll see it in the next step. It doesn't have to be perfect when you do this. So here is what I'm left with after I've joined all the strips together. Everything is still chained. You see right here, it's all chained together. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the excess off. I'm just going to take a little sample right here. I'm going to cut it like about 1/4 inch, more or less. Okay, and then I will snip in between, and I'm actually going to press these. I'm going to press these seam allowances open. So that's kind of what it's going to look like, except the seams are going to be pressed open. And then when you open it out, it should be a long, beautiful strip. So I'll do that, and then I'll be back to start the rest. So this is the big stack of strips that I have, and now they're one long strip. And what I've done is I have pressed the seam allowances open, except for in the case of the tubes. In the case of the tubes, I just pressed it toward the longer strip. So the next step for our race is to take the first end, which I've also cut off about 18 inches of the first end to stagger the seams. And then here's my very last end right here. So I'm just going to place these right sides together, and then I'm going to sew all the way from the top down to the bottom. And I don't know what's going to happen, so let me start and we will see. So I'm just doing 1/4 inch seam allowance the whole way through, and I'm going to sew this whole thing down into what will be 2 strips. So I'll see you after a while. I'm finishing up this first stage. It has taken me quite some time, but this is the first round of this Jelly Roll race. And so I'm not going to take it all the way down to the end, but I'm going to go ahead and cut right here. But you just sew it all the way down to the end. And if it's twisted, you just stop a little bit further up and then untwist it and finish sewing to the edge. Okay, phew! That has taken a while. So, I'm a little bit bummed, kind of, because I didn't want to have two of the same on each other, but I think it's okay. So the next step is going to be, well, okay, this is the whole set of stuff. So the next step will be to find the very beginning of it, which is here. Okay, so I'm going to cut my little spider off. Okay, let me move my spider. Alright, so next I'm going to open this part. Okay, and then we're going to put it, this is the beginning, this is the end. We're going to put these right sides together and we'll end up with a strip of 4. Because of all this blue, I'm going to put this side up next to the green and see if we can break it up with a little green. So I'm going to flip it, and on the floor all of this goes up this way, and I'm going to sew along this side just to see what happens. So again, so I have my set of 4 now. I'm just opening it out a little bit. I was hoping that wouldn't end up with the 2 blues together, but I'm not going to stress about it. But you see how it changes a little bit. I won't pull down the whole thing because it's pretty long. So I'm going to keep working. Next, I'm going to put it into a group of 8 by just folding the bottom side. Let me pull up the bottom side. Here's the bottom. I'm just going to put it right sides together with the top, which is all the way on the floor on the other side of the table. And so I'm going to do 8, then 16, and 32, and open it up for the big reveal. On this Jelly Roll Race quilt. It's taken me a while to do, but I'm really excited. I have not opened up the final one yet, so here we go. So let's turn it this way. Alright, let me take a look. Oh, it's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. Now the way I did this one was I actually put all the fabrics that were alike in a row since I was using a variety of different fabrics. So if I do it again, I will just pull random fabrics because see I have ones back to back in a few places, which is kind of cute, and it actually kind of gives it a little pattern. So overall I think I made cool. This quilt reversible by putting it as the backing fabric on my tube quilt. So here's the front, and then the back is that Jelly Roll Race pattern. And for my quilting, I use some simple cross hatching. I use the designs on the front to help determine the lines, but you can see it a little bit more clearly. I hope you can see that from the back. So I hope you've enjoyed both the tube quilting and the Jelly Roll Race quilt. If you have questions, please comment below. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And welcome to new subscribers. Thank you. Bye.